It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's McDaniels in at the 3.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Tatum, a screen on McDaniels. Brown passes to Tatum. Pass to Holiday. This one for 3. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's White, and it's blocked by Edwards.
Yeah, good anticipation helps Edwards see the shot forming. Then his speed gets him there for the block.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And we're about a minute into the first. Randle outside. Fires from deep. Fires in the triple.
And, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle. And I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Now here's Tatum. Over Randle. And it's Tatum missing.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Now here's Brown. Tatum passes to Porzingis. And the three-pointer goes.
This is why Porzingis is special. I mean, exceptional accuracy from range for a man of his size.
Edwards against White. Randle outside. Pass to McDaniels. Conley, a screen on Brown. McDaniels from long range. Knocks it down from distance.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Porzingis in the post. He's against Gobert. Brown passes to White. Three-pointer, Holiday. The shot no good.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
And here's Edwards outside. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Now here's Tatum. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the game. Holiday against Conley. It's stolen by Tatum. And here's Brown for 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
When JB is on from here, it really boosts his team.
Edwards looking it over. Outside McDaniels. Edwards against White. Shoots from 14. Good. Edwards has got 7.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
Holiday against Conley. Holiday passes to Brown. Oh, and a dunk by Brown!
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
Edwards against Brown. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics trail by 5. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Holiday passes to Porzingis. The kick to Tatum. And And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
The Timberwolves lead by 5. Out to DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. Reed sets a screen. There's the 3. He's off on that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. The T-Wolves on top, up 5. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Reed in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clock at 6. Let's go with a 3. Offensive rebound, right wing. Back to Horford, out to Craig. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Three-pointer. That one's off, and now he's 3 for 6. Celtics trail by 3. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch it, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
Hauser, that's good.
You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
For 3, DiVincenzo. And Craig pulls it down. Boston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. And there's the screen. Tatum from long range. Miller pulls it in. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Reed. Outside, Alexander Walker. Now here's DiVincenzo, tightly guarded from beyond the arc, and then some. DiVincenzo's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. JT to the hole, the 3 from Craig, and the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Miller can't get it to go. Boston has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. For Minnesota, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Fires the 3. Pure from three-point range. Alexander Walker's got 6.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Here's Hauser from behind the arc. Connects from downtown. Hauser's got 6 points in the quarter. Graham, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And here's Horford for 3. Hey, Horford from range.
Stretching the floor. Big Al Horford doing his part.
Stripped it away. Now the Celtics on the move. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Out to Craig. To the left wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Pritchard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Miller with it, picked up by Tatum. Pass to Reed. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside Reed. DiVincenzo with a screen on Tatum. Reed finds DiVincenzo. Lets the three fly. The shot misses.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
20 seconds left in the first half. Out to Craig. They set the pick. Pass to Hauser. There's Tatum with the three. Can't get it to drop. It'll count. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Tie game in Boston. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And stolen by Brown. White on the wing. Outside Porzingis. Knocked away. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Brown against McDaniels. Randall, a screen on Brown. Randall outside. From outside the arc. Minnesota again missing. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Outside Holiday. There's Tatum with the 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 8.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
Pass to White. Outside Brown. Outside Tatum. Holiday from long range. And the Celtics another 3.
This isn't a shot Holiday will pass up. He's a reliable three-point shooter.
Conley passes to McDaniels. Conley against Holiday. Conley, a screen on Brown. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 6. McDaniels finds Edwards. Shoots over White. The offensive rebound. Conley passes to Gobert. Back to Conley. Outside for Randall. The 3 is up. And Conley with the 3.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping dimes.
They set the screen. Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Outside Tatum. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Conley. Takes the 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston leading by 3. Right side Brown. There's Tatum with the 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. From the arc. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Tatum. Porzingis has gotten his 2nd bucket of the game. Holiday passes to Porzingis from downtown. And again, Boston with the the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. Boston on offense. They're on a 12-3 run to the middle. Back to Randall. Shot from 12. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. The Celtics have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. White for 3. Boston, no good that time either. Ooh, poked away. Edwards against White. Releases. Shot is good by Edwards. Edwards got 9.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And here's Brown for 3. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 7. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Tatum a screen on McDaniels. Holiday with the ball. Now guarded by McDaniels. Back to White. The 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Well, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
For 3, Conley gets the 3 to fall. Conley's got 6 in the quarter.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And so it's Boston closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been very effective. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then there's Naz Reid. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the 4-man position. DiVincenzo with a steal. Beyond the arc. Hauser grabs the board. Boston leading by 7. There's the drive. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. DiVincenzo covering. Stolen by Reid. There's the triple. Sinks the tray. Reid's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Shireman. Here's Pritchard. DiVincenzo covering. Here's Hauser. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Pritchard. For 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Alexander-Walker with it. Now Horford defending. Outside Reid. Edwards, the pass to Reid. Off target with the 3. The Celtics with the lead. Outside Tatum. Launches the 3. Fires the 3. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist.
You got to D-up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Pass to Minot. It's Edwards on the wing. And perfection right through the net.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Shireman. Here's Hauser, covered by Alexander-Walker, screened by Horford. Here's Hauser, clock at 6, and out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Timberwolves trail by 5. Conley passes to Edwards. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. Puts up a three. The triple hits for Edwards.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Holiday finds White. Conley against Holiday. Outside, Brown. The kick out to White. Tatum with it. Checked by Randall. White for three. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got rebound number 5 here tonight. For three, Conley. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. It's Brown on the wing. Fires for three. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Brown.
And Tatum has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Conley against Holiday. McDaniels, a screen on Holiday. The kick out to Edwards. He's still feeling it. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got 9 points here in the second half.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Tatum can't hit.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Outside for Randall. Over Tatum. Randall can't hit.
Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches.
White, the pass to Tatum. Back to White. 35 seconds left in the fourth. Drains the triple.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Randall, a screen on Brown. The kick out to Edwards. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Pass to White. Here's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Three-pointer, Holiday. That one's good. And it's a 9-point Celtic lead. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Richard, this game has all the makings of a shootout.
Yeah, these are two high-powered offenses. I feel for all the defenders in this one because they're going to have their hands full.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. On defense, the Thunder. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, the reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He said SGA has this special ability to roll a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Payson Wallace, he's checked in for the Thunder. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. And here's Tatum for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Dort passes to Williams. No good on the triple. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
A three-pointer is right on target.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Holmgren can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Payson Wallace. Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked away. Taken away by Holiday. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. And the rejection by Holmgren. The kick out to Holiday. Lets it go with a 3. Boston again missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Williams gets the bucket.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Tatum down low. Defended by Holmgren.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. White, wide open, he fires. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Celtics. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the 1, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
They get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. Al Horford is checked in for Jason Tatum.
Number 42, Al Horford.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Porzingis. The kick out to Brown from deep. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Brown.
They need that floor spacing ability from Horford. It's big for them when he's knocking down triples.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Hartenstein against Porzingis. Yes, that goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
White, good.
savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Here's Hartenstein and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Holiday dishes to Horford. And White kicks to Horford. Outside Holiday. White the pass to Holiday. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shot's good by Williams.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to White. There's the three. That's tipped. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. Here's Holmgren. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Jalen Williams making things. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Torrey Craig is out there with Horford. Then it's Tatum, and it's Pritchard in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. Now, here's Craig. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Tatum dishes to Horford. To the wing right side. Craig. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Thunder.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Williams kicks to Wallace. Off target from outside.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The kick out to Tatum. And the Celtics another three. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Boston now. They've got an 8-0 run. Fires away from outside. That miss is his 4th this game. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the field. On the wing, Wiggins. Craig defending. Back to Wiggins. Fires the 3. Oklahoma City keeps it going. A new shot clock of 14 seconds. That's tipped. He's looking for Williams and finds him. 6 to shoot.
2 minutes.
Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Buries the long-range jumper. Wallace has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Driving to the basket. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Craig with it. Still yet to score. Over Wiggins. No good off the back of the rim.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
This guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
So Boston ends up going with a new group, and a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chad Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from White.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else. That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
White against Dort. Pass to Cornette. Holiday, the pass to Cornette. It's stolen by Hartenstein. 5 seconds separating the shot game clocks. And the dunk by Holmgren.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Now here's White. 14 points for him. It's stolen by Dort. It's stolen by Brown. Out to White. Pass to Cornette. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder lead by 5. We'll see you back here after the break. For third quarter basketball. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Derek White displaying his skills today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Holmgren. Yep, it counts. Holmgren's got 8 points.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Here's White. Kept alive. The kick out to Brown. Outside Holiday. Here's White. Boston again missing. And it's Williams with the ball for Oklahoma City. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The second chance effort. Here's Hartenstein. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Boston on D. They trail by 7. For Boston, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
Pass to Holmgren. There's the try. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on White.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Drew Holiday. Pass to Holmgren. A 3-ball. Here's Hartenstein, and there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's White. Bangs home the trifecta. White's got 17.
Even though his team is lagging behind, he's playing like winner. Too bad his attitude isn't spreading to the other guys.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Porzingis. Now here's Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Out to White. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Holmgren wide open. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. The kick out to Tatum. The tray. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from White.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Always producing results. Gilgeous-Alexander has proven to be such a reliable scorer.
Tatum passes to Bryant. From the arc. Oh, Tatum from way outside.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays.
The kick out to Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Here's Hartenstein, and the layup is good. Hartenstein's got 6 points.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Williams against Brown. Pass to Holiday. And he drives in. Shot clock at 5. Got a piece of it. Here's Dort. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
And I bet he's thinking that he could close the gap completely if he can keep those threes coming.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Celtics trail by 4. We've got Tatum. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
The Celtics shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. It's tipped. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Williams. Good work defensively by Horford.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. It's Wiggins at the top of the key. With the drive. And Wiggins throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he's sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. Launches a three. Good on the three-point shot. Hauser's got 6 in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Another shot. Williams can't hit. Boston's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Hauser. Outside, Horford. And stolen by Wallace. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Caruso. Lets the three fly. Craig pulls it in. Craig's got his 4th rebound in this one. Out to the wing to take the lead. Good. It's Tatum picking up the assist. Craig's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And that one's good. Caruso.
And anytime you're on the road and you can answer with a three right back and take the lead, that is what we call being beyond clutch.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Oh, come on. Just add vision to a perfect skill set. But when he's dropping dimes like that, like Jason Tatum is a problem.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. And the 3 ball is good. Hauser's got the lead up to 5 now for Boston.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Here's Pritchard. From outside, off the mark. Under trailing by 5. Floats it up for Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And the foul called on Casey Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's White. Boston, no good that time either. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The kick out to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Launches it. Outside Williams. And stolen by Tatum. Outside White. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
We'll see what they draw up. Three-pointer is a must.
For 3, Holmgren. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
There is no chance that this game is tied up without his offensive firepower.
And we got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We got more in store for you right after. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Over Porzingis. Hartenstein can't get it to go.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. Makes it off the glass. Holmgren's got the first points here in the overtime period for Oklahoma City. Here's White. Pass to Brown. On to White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
Remaining in overtime.
Here's Hartenstein. Again, the Thunder score. Here's Holiday. We're just over a minute into overtime here. To the paint. Porzingis passes to Holiday. On to White for the 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Porzingis with the steal to the inside. And there is White, and that's good on the assist by Porzingis. White's got 4 points now in the quarter. A little over a minute and a half gone now here in overtime. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. He's to Holmgren. Fades back. And Tatum pulls it down.
Even though he had space, there is never an easy fadeaway.
It's White on the wing. Brown outside. Tatum finds Brown. Oh, Tatum in position. Taken away by Williams. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Thunder have gone 2 of 4 on their shots here in overtime. Over to the left wing. Hartenstein passes to Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Takes the 3. No good on the shot.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
A 3 from Porzingis. Gets the 3 to fall.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Stolen by Tatum. White against Dort. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Brown kicks to Holiday. Outside, White. No good on the 3. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Well, you need the 3 here. A quick one. I mean, very quick. Has to be catch and shoot. One fluid motion. A very difficult shot, but it is definitely.
Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And so for Rich.
tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Conley. Edwards finds Conley. The kick out to Edwards. Shot clock at 5. McDaniels, a screen on Dort. And here's Edwards outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. To the paint. And stolen by Gobert. Conley against Dort. McDaniels from long range. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Conley from outside the arc. Drops in the 3.
Mike Conley wanted to make sure the momentum was not swinging the other direction, so he answers with a 3.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Randall. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Oh my goodness, what a response by Randall. Yes, you can make a 3, so can I.
Pass to Williams. Outside for Dort. Lets the 3 fly. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Edwards. McDaniels passes to Conley. Outside McDaniels. Offline with a 3. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 3 from outside and looking sharp here in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. The 3 from Holmgren. The shot off that time.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
From behind the arc, McDaniels, that's good.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Outside McDaniels. Three-pointer. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. And it's Holmgren missing.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Here's McDaniels, and the shot falls short that time.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Randall pulls down the board. Minnesota's gone 4 of 9 from beyond the three-point line in this first quarter. McDaniels can't hit. Oklahoma City trailing. It's Dort on the wing. Throws it up high, and stolen by Gobert. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Edwards, that's good.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
From deep. And Dort is good for 3. Dort's got 6.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they perform, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Pass to Edwards. And stolen by Williams. And they're on the break. From deep, Holmgren. Tie game in Minnesota. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3 slot.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Minot's checked in for Minnesota. Knocks down the triple. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, BA, to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes. This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Williams from long range. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Beyond the arc. Williams grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Wallace outside. Pass to Caruso. From downtown. Minnesota with a rebound. Outside Reed. For 3, DiVincenzo. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Pass to Reed. The 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
The Thunder making a switch here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Randall finds Gobert. Baseline jumper. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Pass to Holmgren. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
Edwards for 3. The triple hits for Edwards.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Holmgren. Holmgren with another miss. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They held a 12-point lead earlier. For 3, DiVincenzo. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark there with a 3. The Timberwolves lead by 8. Outside McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. McDaniels, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. DiVincenzo can't hit. Oklahoma City's gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Pass to Holmgren from deep three-point land. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Out of bounds, the Oklahoma City's ball. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Wallace is checked in. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. Williams finds Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. Back to Holmgren. Fires from deep. McDaniels with the rebound. Alexander Walker, the pass to Randall. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And so it's Minnesota finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Jaden McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates. And it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
And stolen by Holmgren. Outside, Williams. The 3-ball. And the 3-pointer goes.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Edwards can't hit. Thunder trail by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8 points now. Williams misses.
Absolutely tenacious guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
He rifled that one in from distance. Randall's got 6 points.
Boy, that is some big-time range on display from Julius Randle. Okay.
For 3, Conley. They get the rebound. Gobert passes to Conley. Randall outside. 6 to shoot. Another shot. Drained it for 2 points. Randall's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the effectiveness of Julius Randle, wherever he is on the floor, the mid-range, one of those tools in the toolbox.
Hartenstein passes to Dort. Hartenstein with a screen on Edwards. They get it back. A high-intensity putback by Holmgren.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Edwards, the pass to Conley. Back to Edwards. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And they're running. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And that's a veteran move from the young fella, as Holmgren draws contact on that shot.
Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
The kick out to Edwards. The 3-pointer off the mark. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. 6-point game. Unloads. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the 3rd quarter. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Outside, Alexander Walker. The three is up. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Edwards. Pass to Gobert. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota with possession here. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Out of bounds, it'll be Thunderball. Thunder trail by 6. 1:46 left to play in the third quarter here. Caruso outside. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. Caruso's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. From deep, Conley. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And here's Caruso outside. Outside for Dort. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
To win the cold spell. Williams grabs the board.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Caruso finds Gilgeous-Alexander for the tie. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Pass to Alexander Walker. Edwards for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Edwards has got 8.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
SGA from distance.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Randall, good.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
What a performance for Julius Randle. He has... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. They've got Alex Caruso. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in at the 5, down low. Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
When you're not in rhythm with the free ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Ooh, got that one up quick. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Well, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Garza grabs the board.
At some point, you need to know when to stop shooting. Just too many misses piling up for him.
Sinks it from distance. Edwards has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Left side, Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. From 15 feet away, and he hits the jumper.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Caruso outside. Pass to Wiggins. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Oh, he's really showing off now. The threes keep falling with no signs of slowing down.
Outside Reed. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Ingles comes in for Garza. And Clark is subbed in for Alexander Walker. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Caruso. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. Thunder trail by 8. Dort with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. DiVincenzo on the wing. From 18 feet away, the Timberwolves again can't hit. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Got a hand on it.
Wow, Joe Ingles sends it back twice on the pipes. Big time defensive play.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Ingles. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Ingles. McDaniels is checked in for Clark. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Randle, the pass to Conley. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Thunder trail by 8. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. No good on the 3.
Simply put, a bad shot pass. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Outside McDaniels. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And that one's on target from the wing. The 3 from Holmgren. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists now tonight. And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Randle. Outside Conley. Back to Daniels. 6 to shoot. And here's Conley. McDaniels, a screen on Williams. The shot by Conley. No good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
McDaniels from long range. The Thunder pull it in.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
It's Dort on the wing. From deep, Holmgren. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Outside McDaniels. Inside. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. .27 seconds left in the 4th. For 3, Conley. He buries it from 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Yeah, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Gobert against Porzingis. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. And that's off the glass and in.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
White down low. Edwards there. The 3 from Tatum. Buries it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
Now Conley, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Out to Conley. Over Holiday. Holiday with the block.
An aggressive defender who pressures ball handlers. Nobody should be surprised to see Holiday sending shots away.
Now here's Tatum. Following the miss by Michael Conley. And they recover it. Here's the 3. And White, the bucket on the assist by Holiday.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Edwards kicks to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Conley with the screen on Brown. And here's Edwards from the arc. That shot misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The kick out to Brown. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
And so it's Boston with it. Edwards against Porzingis. Pass to White. The kick out to Holiday. To the middle. It's White on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 4. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. And here's Tatum for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, here's what the Timberwolves head coach had to say when we spoke to him earlier. He knows how much Jason Tatum can impact the game. And Coach told me Tatum has improved the way he reads the game, how he responds to a defense. He's faster. That means we have to be crisp with how we rotate and send a double. Not a lot of wiggle room on the floor when Tatum is processing information. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. So it's the Timberwolves now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Timberwolves passing it around. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Hauser. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 7. Hart right side. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
For Boston, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Brown outside. There's a good screen. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Brown's got 6 points.
Well, Brown returning the favor. That three at the other end didn't sit well with them.
Randall is screen on Brown. Alexander Walker finds Randall. There's the triple. Not going to go that time. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Boston Celtics heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Torrey Craig. He's out there with Horford, and it's Tatum in at the 2-guard. Reed misses.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Left side, Tatum takes a three. The rebound by Edwards. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. 7-point differential. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The deep three from Tatum. Minnesota with the rebound. And now running up the court. Miller pushing it up. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the looking like from three and capitalized.
Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
And the wide open shot from Reed. And another three for Minnesota.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Pritchard. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Celtics leading by 7. Pass to Craig. For 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Here's Alexander Walker. Shoots from the baseline. Nice jump shot. Good. Alexander Walker's got his first 2 points. Here's Pritchard. Defended by DiVincenzo. Tatum no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Pass to Hauser. Now, Craig, covered by Miller. Shot clock at 6. The three from Tatum. Reed with the rebound.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards with it, guarded by Tatum. Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. Lets it go from deep. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 6. That one coming from Edwards.
You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
Horford with the screen on Edwards. And here's Tatum for three. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Miller. McDaniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Edwards. Celtics leading by 6. A three from Porzingis. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. From outside the arc. Rebound Boston. And here's White. And here's Porzingis for a three. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. It's up a 3. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Substitution on court.
Here's White. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Boston with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point, so that's the lineup for Minnesota. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know, it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Stolen by Michael Conley. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Over Porzingis. That one wide left. Boston leading by 9. Tatum down low. He's defended by Randall. Screened by Porzingis. There's Brown with the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
And here's Holiday after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night. Holiday with it. Now defended by Randall. Tatum against Randall. Brown outside. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves trail by 3. Three-pointer, Randall. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The kick out to Holiday. From downtown. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Outside for Randall. Randall can't get that one to fall. Celtics leading by 3. Pass to Brown. Tatum on the wing. They get it back. Out to White. From past the arc. Randall with the block.
When Randall is engaged defensively, he can make some spectacular plays and really brings an intimidation factor to the game.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. It's good. This game is all even. Edwards got 6 here in this quarter. Celtics have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Here's White. And just miss after miss right now. Minnesota's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Fires for 3. It's good from long range. White's got his second basket of the night.
Now that's confidence right there. Passing up an easy 2 on the break and letting it fly for 3-point. Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now here's Brown. He's got 6.
And that's good decision-making by Brown in the pick and roll. He'll make the right read more often than not.
Alexander Walker on the wing. A miss that time would have put him up. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Pritchard. To the wing on the left. There's the pick. Takes a 3. Hauser misses. For Minnesota, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Pass to Alexander Walker. Reed kicks to DiVincenzo, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Nine seconds left to play here in the third. Brown outside. Launches it. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Celtics lead by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Boston, they've got Jason Tatum. He's out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Pritchard in at the 1 spot. Pass to Minot. This one for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Minot's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They set the pick. And here is Craig. Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. Outside Tatum, just 3 to shoot. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
From deep 3-point land, Reed misses.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to Shireman. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Near the 3-point line, it's Edwards. Rebound, Boston. They've led by as much as 10. Cornet kicks to Craig. They set the pick. Outside Tatum. Fires the 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 4. And it's Clark in the corner. Pass to Minot. To the right side. Here's Reed. drains the three-pointer.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Outside Tatum. Now here's Craig. Fires the three. Cornette kicks to Tatum. Lets it fly. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Minot. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. To take the lead, knocks down the 3 ball. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Pass to Minot. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Craig passes to Tatum. Craig sets the screen for Tatum. Shoots over Reed, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Making the moves, Tatum's got it. A high IQ offensive play.
And a new group in for the Celtics.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
And Gobert kicks to Edwards. 1:36 left in the fourth. Back to Conley. 5 on the clock. Pass to Edwards. Over Holiday. Edwards, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Out to Porzingis for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's White. Here's Brown. Out to White. 3-pointer. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Shot by McDaniels. No good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Brown feeling out of it. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Here's Boston now. This run now up to 13-2. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Now here is Holiday. Fires from way outside. Misses there. So we see Boston get the win here. And thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up. So for Stan Van...
score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the small forward. And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. And the sky is the limit for this guy.
From deep, Holmgren. No luck on that one. And it's the Celtics ball. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And stolen by Hartenstein. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
Here's Tatum. Holiday, a screen on Holmgren. There's Tatum with the 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Williams. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
About a minute into this first quarter. Dort, the pass to Holmgren. Shoots over Tatum.
Yeah, with his length and athleticism, Tatum has the tools to be a lockdown defender.
And now we go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Dagnall.
I asked him, what makes Kristaps Porzingis such a great player? He said, look at him. He's over 7 feet. He's just a huge guy. Kristaps has serious skill on offense, and defensively, that size can really be a factor. He's a two-way problem. It'll be interesting to see how they play him tonight.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Holmgren buries the 7-footer.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Now here's Holmgren. Oh, there's the alley! And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. And the basket by Holiday.
Well, Drew Holiday right now has the pull-up, Jay, on lockdown. He's as efficient as it gets pulling up off the dribble.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Boston with a rebound.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
White for 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now here's Holmgren. That shot off. Nice D from Tatum. Lays it up and banks it in.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
The 3 from Holmgren. On target from range. Holmgren's got his second basket of the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The kick to Tatum. Outside White. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Having added so much strength, Tatum can take the contact and stay balanced.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, B.A. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
Outside Holiday. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Wallace outside. Hartenstein with it. To halt the run. Oh, got a piece of it. 5 to shoot. The fader. Porzingis grabs the board.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
That one goes in.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Now here's Holiday. Give him 8 points now. The kick out to White. Back to Holiday. This one's for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Holiday's got 11.
Well, nice 3-point shot there. You just knew Holiday wanted to even the score.
Now here's Hartenstein. He's got 5. The 3 is up. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. He gets it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Drew Holiday making things happen for the... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
They've got Alex Caruso. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Here's Pritchard. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game, to the middle. Outside Craig. Tatum passes to Craig. Takes the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it go from 11. On the wing, Caruso. 4-3. Buries it from 3. Caruso's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And Pritchard, here we go. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Williams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The D's right on him. Pass to Wiggins. Wallace outside. Wiggins with a screen on Tatum. Back to Wiggins. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Lou Dort in for Wallace. Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Craig. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point land. Boston with a rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. On the wing, Holiday. 3-pointer. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 14. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Dort. And he's going for the lob. Taken away. Here's Pritchard to the inside. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Hartenstein. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. So for Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Williams comes in for Caruso, and it's Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Horford, and it's good. Off the back rim and in. And the Celtics lead by 16.
7'3" is Porzingis, and he can see everywhere on the court. Trust me, everywhere. Nice zip pass there.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. 1:16 left to play in the first half. Here's Holmgren.
You can tell that Horford really helps in altering the shot by sliding over. His presence alone adjusting that one.
Boston shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And he knocks down the first one. Caruso, he's checked in for Wallace. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Thunder trail by 18. From deep, Holmgren. And he can't get that one. And White has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. To the wing, right side. Holmgren against Horford. Outside Holiday. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Boston.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted. What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Dort with a steal. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. White, the pass to Porzingis. Outside White. Down low. Outside, Brown. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And stolen by Porzingis with 4 on the clock. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And so it's the Boston Celtics leading by 17 at the end of the period. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. What a game we're seeing from Drew Holiday.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pair is White and Brown, and it's Holiday in at the 1. So it's Boston now. They led by as many as 18. Holiday against Williams. And stolen by Holmgren. Now Gilgeous-Alexander to the left side wing. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Williams. Tatum with a steal. And stolen by Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. With the teardrop. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Tatum. Kick out to Brown. Holiday from long range. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Fairly efficient from the three-point line. Holiday can punish you from the arc.
Holmgren against Tatum. Tries to break his ice. It's hauled in by White.
Now that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
And the basket by Holiday. Holiday's got 18 points in the game.
Great to see moments where Drew Holiday can show how explosive he is right now in a groove.
And stolen by Porzingis. And here comes the break. There's Tatum with the three. The shot won't fall. Thunder trail by 19. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Back to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. Over Tatum. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Brown. The kick out to White. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Give him 8.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Pritchard's checked in for Boston. To the paint. Porzingis in the post. He's against Hartenstein. Oh, can't convert the two-handed jam. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Did he think he could get away with that? It was a pretty obvious call.
Nothing wrong with being physical, but that's just over the top.
And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
And here's Caruso outside. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Boston leading by 18. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:21 left in the third quarter. He was all alone on that one. Caruso's got 6 points.
Well, a solid facilitator. It helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
Tatum can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
There's the triple. And Dort with the bucket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
The kick to Tatum. Porzingis in the post. Williams defending. Back to Tatum. Launches it. Tatum! Money from deep.
They're stretching that defense all the way to the sidelines. Tatum with a nice shot.
Dort outside. Hartenstein with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Here's Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. Pass to Caruso. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound Boston. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. They've got numbers. Here's Hartenstein. Good work there as it goes. 14 points for him. And stolen by Williams. And so it's Boston in command with a 13-point lead.
It's our fourth
and with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Boston leading by 13. Alex Caruso is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Williams. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Wallace in at the 2. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Craig. There's the 3. He drops it from range. Craig's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, the way Tatum shares the ball really completes his package.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's go with a three. And it's Shea hitting the three.
Can't give those openings defensively. He'll just keep exploiting them.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Pritchard to the right side. The three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Pritchard, hounded by Wiggins. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Pritchard. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Celtics lead by 19. Horford passes to Pritchard. And up the court come the Thunder on the break.
Gilgeous-Alexander with that height at his position allows him to do so many things other guys really pretty much dream of.
Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. From the arc. The Thunder pull it in.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Pass to Wiggins. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Remaining in the game, 2 minutes.
Wiggins outside. Clock at 6. SGA doing his thing and close.
And he's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Here's Pritchard. The shot that time not on target. Good work defensively by Caruso. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. A deep three. Doesn't go that time. Celtics lead by 15.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Celtics.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And what a huge performance it was for Drew Holiday.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Boston?
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
Here's Pritchard, watched by Wallace. From the baseline. That's short off the rim. Now here's Mitchell. He's closely guarded. Nails it from beyond the arc.
AJ Mitchell.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Pass to Pritchard. Shoots a fadeaway. Mitchell grabs a miss. Puts up a three. The shot comes out. And here's Horford for three. Misses there. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud
top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1. Over in the corner, Williams. Lets the 3 fly. 6 on the shot clock. Holmgren wide open. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. 3-pointer, Randall. And the rejection by Holmgren. Here's Conley.
Been fantastic at playing within himself on defense. Gilgeous-Alexander using his length well there to contest without foul.
Nailed from three-point land.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Up top, Randall. Defended by Holmgren. A nice shot by McDaniels.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
It's Dort on the wing. Pass to Williams. Back to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And it goes down 2 points.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Conley dishes to Edwards. Shoots over Dort. That's good from Edwards on the assist by Conley. Edwards got 5 down.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Conley. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So we'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. It's Edwards on the wing. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 11 points in the game.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. 1:41 left to play here in the first. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Holmgren's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. Now, I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder trailing by 4. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Wiggins from the arc. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. Back to Alexander Walker. Randall outside. DiVincenzo with it. Clark sets a screen for DiVincenzo. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Wallace looking for an opening. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. So it's the Timberwolves now. Three-pointer, Randall. That one's not going to go. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Timberwolves ahead, leading by a point. And we'll get the... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Reed. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Edwards in at the 2 spot. Inside, out to Wallace. Whoops, they pick off the pass. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The 3. Drills the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Wallace. Wiggins outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Oklahoma City gets it back. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is his first foul of the game. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Shanks checked in. And a change for the Timberwolves. Einod's checked in. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Alexander-Walker. Good on the triple.
There's the unselfishness you like to see in a guard. DiVincenzo keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Lets it go with the 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds now tonight. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets the deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Caruso, the pass to Gilgeous Alexander. Chang with a screen on DiVincenzo. A three-pointer, Wiggins, and he's good on the 3-ball. Wiggins has got his first 3 points of the game.
And with that 3-ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by Minnesota.
Pass to Reed. Gilgeous Alexander with the steal. Here's Caruso. And it's off from 3-point range. Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Minot. Back to Alexander-Walker. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 1:56 left in the second quarter. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Chang kicks to Gilgeous Alexander. The 3-ball hits the 3-point bomb. Gilgeous Alexander's got 12 in the game.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Caruso, the pass to Chang. Out to Wallace. Fires from deep. Great D that time from Edwards. Minnesota's gone an even 50% from 3-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Pass to Minot. Back to Alexander-Walker. For 3, Edwards. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
A three-pointer, Wiggins. Einat pulls it in. Here's Alexander Walker. Beyond the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
A three-pointer, Wiggins. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Back to Alexander Walker. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Thunder trailing by 7. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And the Thunder, another three.
Three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Here's Edwards. Wiggins with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's deflected. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. You talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And that's who Mark Daignault starts the second half. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
Edwards, no good.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. Clock at 6. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd assist on the night. Left side, Edwards. Here's Dort. That 3 off the mark.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
It's Edwards on the wing. Over Williams. Edwards can't hit. The Thunder with the lead. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, then he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Three-pointer, Randall connects from three-point range. Randall's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin?
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report.
Loving the energy right now here in the 3rd quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Edwards kicks to Gobert. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And another three for Minnesota.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Holmgren. Dort wide open. A three-pointer is right on target.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
To the left side wing. Back to Edwards. Timberwolves mixing it around. Fires from the wing. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Randall's got 8 here in the quarter.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by Edwards there.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Bounce pass from Randall. Out to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer, Randall. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 10. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Holmgren's got 15.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Conley, the pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. And stolen by Williams. Dort, left side. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Timberwolves lead by 4. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Reed. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Garza in at the 5 spot. The offensive rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Alexander-Walker passes to Garza. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Wallace slams it in.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Here's Garza. Down low. DiVincenzo passes to Garza. Here's Alexander-Walker. No good on the triple. Thunder trailing by 5. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't nail the jumper.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Edwards from deep three-point territory. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Williams sends a screen for Caruso. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Edwards.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Caruso. No good from outside. Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Shoots the three, and the three ball is good.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Look at DiVincenzo going on the attack. Knows they need some points on this possession, and he delivers.
Wiggins kicks to Wallace. For the three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Garza's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's tipped. Reed against Williams. There's the three. Garza pulls it in. Garza's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Out to the right wing. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Wallace. Here's Caruso. Here's Williams. Over in the corner, Caruso. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Caruso's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for the Thunder. Timberwolves leading by 5. To Garza. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the try. The trade. Rebound by Alexander Walker.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
That was a big one. You can hear it.
And sometimes the silence of a crowd could speak volumes.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Got it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Reed kicks to Edwards. Wants to get it to Reed, and does. Pass to DiVincenzo. 3 on the clock. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Edwards fires from way outside. Timberwolves keep it alive. Here's Garza. From outside, off the mark. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And so the Timberwolves take the win. A narrow thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.